Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We continue on with our derivation with the ultimate quest of finding what is sensoriality. So we've demonstrated you can have an open logical statement with the same exact words or same exact letters. What is the theme of mathematics? Right? That gives you a logical intuition, makes you think. Then if you look at the words, mathematics is thematics and theme is thematic. And so that is what we're trying to do, is the syllability of sensoriality, generate this question, and show this iteration of sensoriality. Last episode I said it's a pretty good episode. Well, all the episodes are pretty good, but I didn't have too much to continue on with the derivation. But I said everything has mass, and it does. But then you might be saying again, Brad, 3-4 episodes ago we said, love, right, a concept, right? What is love physically? Or just, how does a concept have mass? Well, a concept doesn't have mass, but it's still a thing because it's based on a thing, right? And so all of your conceptualizations come from physical interaction. Quote unquote, pure mathematics does not exist. And so all of your intuitions, all of your conceptualizations come from things with mass or processes of mass. Two people getting along in a relationship romantically, love. Someone rhythmically moving down the street faster than jogging, they're running. Somebody using scissors to separate a piece of paper, they're cutting. And so all of your conceptualizations are based on and come from physical experience. Continuing on, light is lovely. Love is savory. And last time we've asserted, and it's overwhelmingly apparent, empirically, objectively bad words don't exist, and the theme of language is love. Sensoriality is savory. Sensoriality is vorality. Love is savory. Love is lively. Lively, lovely. Sensoriality is livality. Livality is vibrant. Sensoriality is vibrantality. Sensoriality is vibrance. Vibrance sensates. Compensation makes up for. All right, the two kind of contexts you get for compensation: payment, I got compensated for a job I did, or somebody's overcompensating. Somebody's making up for something. Compensation or overcompensation makes up for. Overtime is overcompensation. Compensation is pay. Pay, play. Told you, science team, way back again like 6 years ago, we're going to define athleticism, that it's rhythmic motion. Well, athleticism is playful. Sensoriality is playfulness. Play is pliable. Irreducibility is not pliable. Pliable, malleable, these two words, the ability to be modified, the ability to change shape. Versatility is pliable. Pliability, viability. Radiation ripples. And so again, trying to get this dichotomy of mass versus light. Does it even make sense? We know exactly what mass is, all of these things with objects that take up space, and then light, we're working around that or focusing on that right now. And it's not my choice to focus on that. It's just the part of the derivation. Clearly, as we've demonstrated now, these derivation it's one derivation, and these different parts take literal years. And I'm talking 4, 5, 6, 7 year chunks. And so there's certain times in the derivation we focus on different subjects. We just have to go through all of them. And I can't speed or slow down this process whatsoever. Radiation ripples. Then I have this labeled as the fundamental theorem of physics. And again, a fundamental theorem is the most comprehensive theorem I can state, or that has been proven, about a given section of ontology. So radiation is light, L-I-T-E. We have massive objects, things with mass, they vibrate, that causes excitement. Scintillation is occurring here at some point. The electrons jump up an orbital level, which is discrete. It jumps down an orbital level, which is discrete. And again, the mass is the discrete part, not the energy level. Energy being discrete makes no sense. But radiation is light, L-I-T-E. Radiation does not move. Again, mass stabilized from energy. Radiation vibrates. Vibration is light. So the kind of here's, again, just all of these operative words, again, are present in everyday conversation. If somebody says you are the light of their life, and again, we showed you last time how the difference between L-I-T-E and life, L-I-F-E, is again the geometry of one shape, not even a whole like letter thing. But if you light a fire, what do? Just if you light a fire. And so now again, language is consistent. Do you see what I'm doing? And fire is that same iteration of the I and the E. Light, fire. Lighting ignites. So now here again, this is where that ignore came into place, because ignite is an iteration of ignore. And so it's like, why is that a thing? I don't know. But remember, it is what it is the form of all solutions. And that's a logical statement, right? That's a sentence. It's a complete sentence. And so that 5-syllability reduces down to 3-syllability, and we live in 3 dimensions. And so, again, I'm not sure what this is. Like light and fire are direct iterations, but again, I'm pretty sure, again, it's this thing right here is L-I-T-E. But the big physical intuition is this concept, and this is where people will say a field. Or at least that's kind of where the intuition from known physics kind of gets at for me, is again, you have a field, you have something that's uniform or continuous, again, that's energy, but then it's stabilized into mass, equals mc squared, and all of our measurements have come from discrete mass, an environment with mass. And so, yeah, I guess just trying to get our conceptualizations in the right place with the huge asterisks that, again, I've already resolved these steps. I just can't resolve it for sensorality because literally the language doesn't exist yet. All of this data is coming from everybody, not me sitting here. I'm just analyzing it or synthesizing it or iterating it. But lighting ignites. And then I rewrote the fundamental theorem of physics. You might be like, wow, we just said that like a minute ago. But that's how fast these theorems change. Vibration ignites light, right? If I'm sitting here in a thing with mass and it starts vibrating more and more, its temperature is going up. And if its temperature goes up, right, it changes color. Is it emitting light? No, you have electrons getting excited and then falling back down, excited and then falling back down. So it's scintillating. And that information is radiated. Light isn't a photon. Photons don't have light. The closest thing you have is this concept of a field, but not being a point, a value at every point in space. There is no points. It's just a field is continuous. And that continuous field of energy stabilized into mass. So people kind of have this, again, this concept of light like traveling through as a photon, and it's not. It's a vibration. It's radiation. But vibration emits. Sensorality is emission. Right, now very clearly, again, all these words that just have the letter E and the sound E just stuffed in front of them. Right? It's very clear. And then we just take that off, functioning as a prefix. Sensorality is mission. Right? Mission is direction. Mission is objective. Sensorality is missionarity. Right? Missionarity is translation. What does a missionary do? Well, they shouldn't. You shouldn't go around spreading that. But they spread word, right? They go around, here's how you behave, here's the rules, here's the law, here's how you behave. But so if you're spreading word, you're translating, right? Literally, vibration translates. If I'm speaking in English or in French or in Russian or in, I don't know, Swahili, whatever, you're translating meaning with vibration. To slate is to schedule. Picture perfect is the right light. So again, any spelling that's relevant will be put on your screen. But now here again, now this is a concept of, okay, language is consistent. We have this consistent energy field physically that's stabilized into mass. Language existed in this discrete arena. And so clearly words are separate and spacing matters. We've demonstrated that profoundly. But the Pauli exclusion principle comes back up to mind, right? So if we have this continuity and we have to spin up, spin down, spin up, spin down, right? Some sort of continuity or some sort of manifestation in language, right? The right light spelling RIGHT, LITE, right? Do we have to alternate those? Like what is exactly going on? but very clearly the conceptualization of what is light is not well defined. But I'm pretty sure it's LITE. But it doesn't matter. Again, we're just developing this logic, and there'll be an undeniable iteration of language. And so picture perfect is the right light. Speciality, and then I had some more intuition where I was saying, I went, because when I finalized speciality, I was literally sitting there like speciality, and then it's special, right? Special would be 3 syllables, and then special is you reduce it down to 2. So there's some aspect of contraction. Now we've expanded all of these things out, and that's that little contraction that's going to stabilize or be the stabilizing theorem. So I was just like, what is the form of sensorality that would be the exact, because sensorality contains speciality. So it's like, do we have to show, again, at this point, I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to do, because like I said, at the end of these proofs, you feel like you know nothing. And that's just one foot in front of the other, what comes up. And so what form is most like speciality would be seniality, Seniality. And I might have derived that already, but it came back up, right? Speciality, seniality. Now we're at that 5. Sensorality is seniality. So now we have that 5 syllable word, and hopefully can reduce the contracted down to 3, and in doing so show like the 4-syllable form of this word, which will be stabilized, which will be completely symmetric, I think. I think. Again, I truly, again, because when I axiomatized speciality, it was truly, 2018, like, so we're talking like 7-8 years, and I do this derivation all day. You'll see it. I mean, it's way more prolific than just these videos, tremendously so. And it's all the same thing. It is all the same process, and it's all connected. But sensorality is seniality, seniality is senile. But again, it's just phonetically, you just senile. But the spelling's different for senile. Sensorality is seen, right? Like scenic. Sensorality is seniality. Now we put that C in there. So again, I'm not sure. We're just going to keep iterating these forms of the words, and something will occur. Because remember, we're going to run out of stuff. Like right now, it feels like we're kind of maybe out in the logical woods, but we're really not. We're just trying to find the stabilizing theorem. So again, I keep saying hopefully soon, but my rights are violated. It is profound and it is extensive. Our final theorem, bonus theorem for today. But light, right? If you have, and I just came across it in this book. I'll be doing the next section tomorrow morning, and it's literally, he says drug light. Right? You assert something exists, and there's less of it. It's light. So light, LITE, is less. So that is what I have for you for tonight. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.